Hello guys. So today me and my brother, Charles over there, not quite Jazz on Instagram, we're going to see Robben Ford. So, well that is as long as he doesn't get his gear pinched in Sunderland before he gets on stage. So if all goes well, we will be seeing Robben Ford perform. So I thought we'd just do a little review of the gig here. So we're on our way at the moment, and I thought we would quickly talk about our favourite Robben Ford albums before we get there. So, do you want to go first, bro? Because we got some different picks here. So, what's your favourite Robben Ford album or performance in general?
Well, again, I'm not the world's biggest Robben Ford aficionado, I must say, as much as I love his playing. But by a mile, one of my favourite tracks of all time is Blues MD by 𝐥𝐞𝐬𝐬, which is from the 𝐥𝐞𝐬𝐬 live album. 𝐥𝐞𝐬𝐬 being Robben Ford, Jimmy Haslip, Vinnie Colaiuta, and I'm embarrassed to say I don't remember I don't think the keyboardist and sax player are named members of the band, so I think they are just there for the live performance. But actually, they had the standout solos on that track, I must say. Blues MD, the keyboard solo and sax solo are unbelievably good. Robben's playing is unbelievably good as well. So tasteful, so nicely phrased. Not too much outside stuff, not too much show, which he was known for earlier in his career, which I think you're going to talk about. But just all the killing blues stuff you expect from Robben, and phrasing 4 days. One of the best. He's got that kind of... He's got that thing that 𝐤𝐲's got, that kind of edgy gnarliness. You know, it's not polished, but just absolutely killer. And Vinny's drum solo is ludicrous as well. Blues MD by 𝐥𝐬𝐬𝐬 from the live album. That's definitely one of my favorite tracks of all time, and it's almost 15 minutes long as well, which is always great because you can indulge through that one. You're not sure if you checked that one out, are you?
I don't think I've heard that one. I'll be honest, you were talking about it. We talked about Robben Ford a while back, and you recommended that track, and I still haven't checked it out. So I'll be honest, I'm ignorant on that one. But my favourite memories of Robben Ford are from when I was kind of getting into the whole fusion thing. And obviously I was checking out the Larry Carltons and Robben Ford. And I had a huge connection with the first Yellowjackets album.
Yeah.
It's got the yellow front cover with the B on the front. And his playing on that album is just... It's just so, yeah, as you say, it's just really tasteful. But he is throwing in some filthy jazz language in that one as well. It really demonstrates his tasteful, altered vocabulary. But obviously his solos with Miles in the 80s as well. There are some amazing Robben Ford solos that he did live with Miles. And they are unbelievable. There's that one that he did that he quotes Leonard Bernstein's America in it. Very famous little solo. And I'll be honest, it's a pretty naff melody really, but Robben Ford makes it sound really hip. And I suppose that's just like testament to how much of a killer guitar player if he can even make America by Leonard Bernstein sound hip. So there are some unbelievable solos with Miles.
That I did check out that Yellowjackets album on your recommendation, and in that context, he's definitely a fusion player, isn't he? The language it's fusion.
Exactly. Yeah.
In this 𝐥𝐬𝐬𝐬 project, it's straight blues, really, but modern blues. You know, he's putting in some killer stuff in there, but it's very much towards the blues end of the spectrum, whereas that is jazz fusion, really, isn't it? That Yellowjackets track.
Oh, definitely. And he was only about very early 20s when he recorded that album. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he was even younger than 20s. He was, anyway, he could have been still a teenager. He was so young, yet the way he built the solos on that album was masterful already at such a young age. So
similar to Scott Henderson, where he his earlier stuff is often more fusiony than his later stuff, isn't it, where he went really bluesy.
Well, isn't Scott Henderson's latest album's probably the most fusiony he's ever been? But I know what you mean. He did go through that phase in the early 2000s. Exactly, Dog Party and all that stuff. Yeah, that was... I love that. But, yeah, anyway, guys, so that's a little introduction on Robben Ford.
Do we know what the lineup is? Do we know what the project is?
Well, I don't. I was hoping that my mate was going to be playing with him on drums, but it doesn't look like he is. So I was hoping to get some backstage kind of special treatment.
There's a bit of access.
I know, but unfortunately it looks like we're just going to be everyday punters, I'm afraid.
Know who we are?
No, unfortunately not. So we'll be back after the gig to let you know how it went. Again, guys, so we've just finished, we just come out from Robben Ford's gig, and he smoked that, didn't he, bro?
Killer.
Yeah.
Really tasty stuff.
Really tasty stuff. So there was a lot of like singing kind of songs, and Robben Ford is a wonderful singer. I didn't really know much about him as a singer.
Yeah, really useful singer, wasn't he?
Yeah, he could sing really nicely, but there was enough fusion and raw blues in there to keep us guitar nuts happy too.
Yeah. It was an organ and guitar trio.
Yeah, and I'm afraid I can't remember the organist and drummer's name.
Johnny Hodges?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
He had a kind of Swedish name, the drummer, didn't he? That part of the world.
Yeah, if anyone...
Canadian name.
They played really well together as a trio, though. And it was nice to see Robben back on the old classic guitars, because obviously he'd been rocking the PRS last year. I saw him on YouTube, and he was playing the PRS, and obviously PRSs are great, but when it comes to raw, filthy blues, then you want a Tele, a Strat, and a Les Paul, and that's what he rocked up with.
P90 Les Paul.
Yeah.
It was the single coil holy trinity, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Strat, Tele, and P90 gold top.
It was absolutely delicious. So, yeah, it seemed like you were allowed to record. Everyone had their phones out, so I managed to do some little recordings, which I'll put before this. And my favourite moment of the show was when he did the Jeff Beck tribute, and he played Goodbye Pork Pie Hat into this other tune that I didn't know what it was, but it was absolutely filthy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. That was the most lines we got all night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was because it wasn't a particular. I wouldn't say it was a very lines heavy gig, really. Generally speaking, would you agree?
Yeah, it was more of a vibing. It was more of a vibing gig, yeah.
Lots of nice melodies, lots of nice blues licks. But then he really kind of pulled the his diminished lines, his whole tone scales, and all that fun stuff that was really demonstrated nicely in the Jeff Beck section, wasn't it? And there was a few moments when he kicked on. I don't know what his pedal was, but there was something he was standing on.
The Pog.
Was it?
He turned the Pog on, yeah.
I don't know what it was, but there were some moments where you and me were looking at it. Was the lead tone. And just the drive he was getting.
Oh, yeah, no, I see what you mean, yeah. No, he had a delicious drive on there. Yeah, no, the drive was great, but he did, there was that one moment in that one track where he whacked the Pog on, yeah.
Yeah, that was lovely. That was also probably the heaviest solo as well, wasn't it? That was one of the heaviest moments in terms of his vocabulary in that one. He was really getting into it. He was really digging in on that one.
Yeah, well, it was just a great gig. His sense of time was, his time feel
is so strong.
It was exceptionally strong.
So very Eric Johnson. Some of those, in terms of the perfection, the articulation.
Yeah, it was just so laid back.
Yeah,
his sense of time, his comping. Just the way that the organist and him interacted with one another. When Robin was comping, all his ideas were so strong.
Yeah.
You know, he played for 2 hours and there wasn't one mistake. No. I mean, there was one silly thing where he forgot some lyrics at the start of a song and it was just kind of like a humorous moment for the crowd. But it was absolutely perfect, really. Really great gig. Obviously, there were lots of songs on there, but the thing is, he was playing for the audience, and that's what the majority of the audience would have wanted to hear. Kind of like metery kind of vibes, like Sissy Strut, lots of that, lots of raw blues. But as I say, there was enough fusion in there to keep me happy. So all in all, it was a nice evening. So
I was up from the Harrison Bros.
Yeah, good job, Robin. Good job. And he looked amazing, didn't he? How does he do it? How old is he?
I would imagine Robin must be. Oh, he's at least mid-60s, isn't he?
I know, and
at least
he looks incredible.
Great,
stylish
bloke.
He is a stylish bloke, isn't he? He was rocking his cowboy boots, and he had his
jeans and
skinny jeans, his unbuttoned shirt. He looked like the real deal, didn't he? A proper rock star. I don't think either me or you could pull off that. I suppose I am speaking for myself there, but maybe you feel otherwise. Yeah. Anyway, guys, well, cheers for watching our little evening trip to see Robben Ford there. The next one, I think Julian Large is braving it and coming up this neck of the woods soon. So I want to check out the tickets for that. They went on sale yesterday. So I'll see whether Charles is allowed out for that one. I got my buddy Rich. Yeah, I got my buddy Rich coming along to that anyway. He wants to go. And maybe my other mate said that maybe he'll be coming along. But hopefully Charles can make it to that, and we'll do a little trip to see Julian Large too. I think that's in July or something. We'll see.
Right.
Anyway, though, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support on the channel. As always, I just hit 2,000. Well, I'm at 2,100 now subscribers. So it's really nice to see things, moving steadily, going steadily, which is nice to see. I know it's quite humble numbers for some, but
had a few people coming over from your channel and saying hello. Yeah, into my sphere. So hello to those of you who have said hello to me.
Yeah, well, you got Guitar Vacation. I saw him. Obviously go and check out Charles if you haven't checked him out on Instagram. Not Quite Jazz. He's got some big names. You disclosed them, so I will disclose them now. He had Dweezil Zapper on the case the other day. He had Greg Koch lapping it up. So you know, he's really getting some love over there, which is really nice to see. So anyone who wants to go and check out what he's doing over there, please do check it out. And obviously there's a lot of value in what he's doing, and you know, he's got his freebies there for you to pick up and check out if you like his ideas. So yeah, check out what Charles is doing over there. And yeah, thanks for watching as always, guys, and I'll be back very shortly for another video.
Cheers.
Bye.